If you like Greek or Roman literature, or classical education in general, you can thank a monk. More so than on any battlefield, Western civilization was safeguarded within the quiet confines of a monastery. In 540, Western Europe was in chaos. Barbarians had deposed the Roman emperor, age-old institutions were left decaying, the flame of civilization was almost gone. But at a monastery in Calabria, Italy, a monk named Cassiodorus toiled to keep this flame alight. Born into an aristocratic family, Cassiodorus' early career was a far cry from his later vocation. He rose through the ranks of the Roman political scene, ultimately reaching Praetorian Prefect, the highest administrative role in the empire, directly under Theodoric the Great. Besides his managerial duties, Cassiodorus had one passion: education. He endeavored to create a plan for the continuation of Roman education during uncertain times. The chaos of the last century left many Romans uneasy about the survival of their cherished institutions. Though a devout Christian, he found Greek and Latin texts immensely valuable. Cassiodorus saw no problem quoting Cicero or Aristotle in a time when pagan authors were often looked at with suspicion. After retiring from public life, Cassiodorus made a puzzling decision. He became a monk and established the Benedictine monastery of Vivarium, a place that would ultimately transform the West. Here he got to work developing his educational program. He created a guide, The Institutions, introducing learners to both scripture and secular works. He believed by studying great literature, a student could become educated without a formal teacher. The texts were the teacher. He wrote in Institutions, "I was moved by divine love to devise for you, with God's help, these introductory books to take the place of a teacher." His program initially focused on the Psalms. These could be understood by untrained readers due to their raw emotional appeal. Next came grammar, rhetoric, dialectic, arithmetic, music, geometry, and astronomy. These topics became the basis of classical education. He encouraged study of secular topics as aids to further understand sacred scripture, hence a telos for his plan. Education should be pursued in order to deepen one's understanding of God. Besides the liberal arts, pupils were encouraged to study medical scripts of ancients like Hippocrates and Galen, making the monks at Vivarium learned in scientific knowledge largely unknown to the West at the time. Cassiodorus also created a daily regimen for copying ancient manuscripts. Monks had been copying manuscripts long before Vivarium, though it was usually reserved for disabled or novice monks. Cassiodorus made it a priority. He obliged all monks to make copying texts a regular practice, widening their availability and ensuring their existence for future generations. His goal was to safeguard classical history and literature while creating discipline within his monastic school. This approach was replicated by other monastics and resulted in the proliferation of previously obscure texts. Monks from the British Isles and Germany in particular were amongst the most productive copyists and replicated a massive quantity of literature. Beauty was paramount to Cassiodorus. He believed that beauty and goodness were intertwined and encouraged the aesthetic enhancement of manuscripts. Paint and calligraphy beautified texts and embodied the idea that the knowledge contained within was a treasure. It's difficult to overstate Cassiodorus' impact. His influence within the monastic community contributed to the preservation of countless classical and theological texts. It's likely we would know less of Aristotle, Cicero, and other classical writers without Cassiodorus' influence. Moreover, his scholastic program and insistence that reading was the foundation of a good education laid the groundwork for what is today known as classical education. Today, we face a similar challenge as Cassiodorus. The West is struggling to remember its roots. We become disinterested and ultimately disconnected from the foundational ideas and thinkers that built our civilization. Just as Cassiodorus sought to safeguard Roman culture during chaotic times, so too must we strive to protect the riches of our heritage from forces dead set on erasing the truth, goodness, and beauty of the Western corpus of literature and philosophy. Sir Roger Scruton puts it aptly. We do not merely study the past, we inherit it. An inheritance brings with it not only the rights of ownership, but the duties of trusteeship. Things fought for and died for should not be idly squandered, for they are the property of others who are not yet born. That's what this channel is all about, shining a light on the beauty and goodness of Western tradition. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like more. Also, please check out our website at thinkingwest.com and our X account. We're really growing fast over there and put out content on a daily basis. Catch you next time.